How's it going, Yu-Gi-Oh players? John from Team Encore. I forgot to turn on the ceiling fan before recording. How's it going, Yu-Gi-Oh players? John from Team Encore here, bringing you a deck profile of my updated Noble Knight deck, which got top 4 at the locals yesterday. So for the monsters, 3 Noble Knight Madrat, standard. 3 Noble Knight Boars, standard. He's really strong by himself, something in Madrat isn't, so Boars really just gets you out of sticky situations. 2 Noble Knight Dristans. I had him at 1 for the longest time, but I decided to bump him up to 2 because his effect is really good. Not only does it pop up monsters, but it can also pop up face-up spells, which is really useful. 2 Gwynnifer, Queen of Noble Arms. I used to have her at 1 as well, but I run 2 of her now because you can equip her to both Dristan and Boars, so she's just really good to abuse both their effects. Just 1 Gawain now. I really don't feel he's needed as much nowadays, but he's good just to have that option. 1 Noble Knight Brothers. Kind of has a similar effect to our Gawain, but the difference is he can get out Noble Knight monsters from the hand, such as your Noble Knight Ector. Ector is really good because he's pretty much like a super poly for your overlays or your synchros, so really good to have in the deck. 1 Noble Knight Walshavad. Good for your late game plays, gets the monsters that you need back to your hand. And the only monster support I run are 3 Effect Veilers. Really good because not only do they stop their effects, but they're also level 1 tuners to get your high Lotsolin out. For the spells, 2 Caliburn. Most people run 1, but I run 2 just because Caliburn is my favorite Noble Arms equip. And first turn, this can get your life points up to 9,500. That's almost a free Solemn Warning. And I've gotten up to like 11,000 when I was in the tournament. So Caliburn is just really good. I usually sign 1 out though, but I main deck 2. 2 Noble Arms Excalibur. I shouldn't even have to explain this one. Standard, really good. 2 Noble Arms of Destiny. Again, standard, really good. 1 Gallatin and 1 Arfidutor. Gallatin I don't really like as much as other people because if you leave this on your Sacred King, he gets really small enough for your opponent to beat over. So I value Caliburn higher than this card. And Arfidutor, really good to just destroy any set card, including monsters, so helps me against Gargia. For the spell support, 3 Kaiser Coliseum, because Kaiser Coliseum just helps win games in this deck. So good. 2 Lance to help set up your plays. I hardly use it to make my opponent's monster smaller, but it did win me a game doing it that way. But I usually just use Lance to help Madrat go off. 2 Pot of Duality for consistency. And my favorite part now in this July format, 2 Reinforcement of the Broke, Reinforcement of the Army. What I really like about this is that before, with just 1 Rhoda, my only really good options to Rhoda are Noble Knight Madrat and Noble Knight Boars. But now with our second Rhoda, I can be more lenient in what I want to add to my hand. Just 1 Soul Charge, because you only really need 1 Soul Charge in this deck to get your Sacred King back, and it's Soul Charge, what can I say? To round up the spells, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, because I really don't feel safe without this card. There's a lot of back row I don't like. For the traps, Torrential Tribute, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Solemn Warning are summon reactors. I don't run Compulse anymore. I favored a 3rd Kaiser Coliseum over it. I felt Kaiser Coliseum was just a stronger card. And I don't run Royal Decrees because my philosophy for the way I play the deck is I don't like having permanent cards in the back row that clog up the amount of equips I can equip to my Sacred King. So these will get off the field as quick as possible. For the extra deck, 2 King of Torguses, just a regular rank 4. 2 Sacred King of Torguses, the MVP of the deck. 1 Hylotzilin. He's a searcher somewhat. If you can get him out, good for you. He's not really needed, but he is definitely a really good option to go into. 1 Starliege Paladynamo and Omega, Constellar Omega. Helped me win a game because my opponent just could not get over this Omega and Kaiser Coliseum. I just beat him. Just Omega beat down. 1 Hero Champion Excalibur and Blade Armor Ninja for our Warrior overlays. For our generics, Go Cowboy, burn 800 for game. 1 Carrigan, really just because I don't have an Abyss Dweller, so that's the spot this was taking, but this is also a very good card. 1 Rhapsody, because I don't have a 1/1 or Exciton, because I'm poor. 1 Ragna Zero, because I don't have a 1/1 or Exciton, because I'm poor. And then 1 Crazy Box, because Skill Drain, this is amazing, because I fought Heretic Dragon Rulers in my top 8, and this helped me win a game just because he activated Skill Drain, and he had no way of getting over a 3000 beater. Crazy Box wins games. And another thing about the July format, Goyo Guardian. Now that I have the option to play this guy, I am. Side deck, nothing really to talk about. The one card though that I will talk about is Flying Sea, especially because the tournament I was playing at still had the April ban list rulings, so there's a lot of Gear Gia. I fought 3 Gear Gia, and every time I got Flying Sea out, I won. So this game, this card was just amazing. This card was just great to have in the extra deck, and it was just a last minute decision. I didn't have a lot of stuff for the side deck. I threw in some Flying Seas thinking they'd help me, and honestly, I don't think I would have gotten top 4 without Flying Sea. So this is the ideal setup that I try to get with this deck. Kaiser Coliseum, Caliburn, Destiny, Gwynnefer, and Excalibur, and obviously Sacred King of Torgus. And this is like a damn near impossible combination of cards on the field to get over. Excalibur stops my opponent from targeting my Sacred King. Destiny stops from being destroyed. Caliburn gives him the 500, and the Gwynnefer gives him the 300, equaling a total of 3000 attack. So a 3000 attack monster, you can only control 1 monster, can't target him, can't destroy him, and it really just gave a lot of the decks that I played a really hard time. Gear Gia is usually a really hard matchup for me, but just for some reason, every Gear Gia that I played, I was able to dominate with this setup. A lot of the times, in order to get over the setup, my opponent depended on destroying this Excalibur. So twice today I had my Excalibur destroyed, and they played Big Eye to take control of my king. And when this happened, I don't know, I just got lucky, and I was able to get 2 level 4 Noble Knights on the field, and then overlay for my King of Torgus. And I'd use this effect to destroy my back row that is equipped to the Sacred King of Torgus, and they would re-equip to my King of Torgus. Battle phase, attack Sacred King, he would die. His effect would bring back any Noble Knight monster that I'd need to the field, and then I'd attack with it. And I did that twice today. In both games I was able to win, just because like the equips in combination with both King and Sacred King are just an impossible setup. And people were like saying that this deck was bad, but I somehow was able to get top 4, and there was a lot of good players there. Like Alex told me that the team that I was playing there that day was supposed to go to the Nats, but they didn't have the ability to go to Nats. They all got their invites, so they're obviously good players. And I mean, to get top 4 with a deck that I enjoy so much was such a blessing. I thank everybody who was there supporting me, especially like people that like I hardly talk to. Like, I mean, I say what's up to them and stuff, and I trade, but like just to be cheered on for playing such a road deck like Noble Knights and getting to the top tables, it was really a humbling experience. And just again, thanks for everybody who was there supporting me. As for my matchups that day, I fought against 3 Girgia, 1 Madolche, 1 Hieratic Dragon Ruler, and Mermail. First game was against Girgia, and honestly, Girgia is like one of my hardest matchup. I don't know, I really just can't win against it on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, at least in the April format. The first game I lost, second game I won, and third game I also won. It was great. I was like, oh cool, I beat Girgia, that's an accomplishment. Game 2, I see him flip the trap card, Girgia Gear, and I was like, crap! I really don't want to fight a second one this time. I might not get so lucky, but I ended up 2-0ing him, so that was cool. Third game I fought against Madolche, and he was actually the one who had trouble getting over Omega and Kaiser Coliseum, so I beat him game 1. And then he took game 2 and 3 just because they're Madolche, man. They're hard. Can't do it. And then game 4, I fought against another Girgia player who didn't know about the ruling with Gwynnifer. When she's equipped to a dark monster, boars at the time, but at the start of damage calculation, I can destroy that monster and send her to the graveyard. At the start means it doesn't even flip up. But him and like some of the people around me were like, no, it flips up. That's at the beginning of the damage step. And it's, no, that's the start of the damage step. So it's like Grand Mole sending stuff back, even though it doesn't flip. Unlike Aaron, which flips stuff up before shuffling it back. So if Gwynnifer is attached to a dark monster and the dark monster attacks it face down, it's automatically destroyed without flipping face up. So that helped me win a game. And my next match was against Hieratic Ruler, and this was a top 8 at this point, and I honestly wasn't expecting to win just because Dragon Ruler, I have a bad history with him. But I ended up taking it because he activated Skill Drain, and like I said, Crazy Box wins games. He activated Skill Drain, I was able to get Crazy Box out, and I just kept attacking until he died. So I won that way. And then my top 4 match was against Mermail, and it was just, it was like the first time that I've ever gotten to top tables, and everybody's around me, everybody's watching me. I buckled to the pressure, and I misplayed a couple times, and it's just a learning experience. Like I just wasn't used to it, and I got all jittery and stuff. But I mean, to get top 4 with Noble Knights, it's just an amazing feeling. I love this deck so much. I'm super excited for everybody who gets to play it once the Noble Knight box set comes out. Platinum Rare, all Platinum Rare, I'm excited for that. Some people were mad about it because they paid a bunch of money to get this deck. Me, I worked really hard, I accumulated all the cards very slowly. I'm lucky to even get my drops for cheap because I got it before the hype when all the Noble Knight stuff was being announced. So I just had everything while everything was super cheap, so I'm not really complaining. I'm definitely going to buy that starter box. Having everything Platinum Rare, that's going to be fun. It was just a local, but I mean, it was against really good players, so that's a moral victory in my standpoint. Oh yeah, and just in case I forgot to mention, it was April 1st ban list rulings. So instead of the second Rhoda, I was playing a third MST. I mean, that's really the only difference. And no Goyo Guardian, I was playing a Black Shogacorn. So that was my updated Noble Knight deck. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching.